Hey yo, what's up guys? So, today a little video recapping my experience so far in Season 4 of Diablo 4. So I did it level 100 yesterday, and I have a couple points that I want to talk about in order to help you and talk about the game in general. I'm gonna start off with some tips. Gold is super important. Keep it for the gear you really want to invest in. Right now I have like 32 million gold. If I decide that I'm rerolling a piece of gear, this 32 million can go as quick as like in the next 5 minutes. Gold is really important, so just keep it for the gear you really go on a journey with. The scattered prisms, the materials that you need to socket your gear, so keep it also for the gear that you want to invest in. So far I got 8 scattered prisms, used 2, and I still have 6 remaining. So the reason why I'm not even socketing my weapon right there, even if it's a triple greater affixes weapon, is because I know that those stats are not the ones that I'm looking for. It's good, but I don't want to invest too much in this weapon. So when I get like a weapon that I know I'm gonna like invest myself in, now I'm gonna use 2 prisms to socket my weapon. And yeah, so just keep those. They are super rare. As soon as you're full legendary, so by full legendaries we mean 3 stats per pieces, because the yellow pieces do have 2 stats on them and legendaries do have 3. So when you level up, get those yellows, and as soon as you drop some legendaries, you're gonna replace those yellows with legendaries. As soon as this is done, alternate between salvaging and selling. So I always start by salvaging in order to get a lot of materials, right? And then when I have a lot of materials, I'm gonna start selling them. You can even not pick yellows if you want and just loot gold, but turns out that gold is really rare, so I just prefer picking those items and insta sell them. So yeah, I would suggest you to alternate between the salvaging and selling. So let's talk about the loop cycle of Diablo 4 right now. So we start here, right? We start right here. We level up in Hell Tides. That's it. You log in, you look where the red map is, you go there, you blast, you kill monster, you're leveling like super fast, nothing super complicated. You can even start in War Tier 2 to be War Tier 2, sorry. To be honest, because there's a bunch of people there, and even if you're like a newer player to the game, War Tier 2 will be your go-to to go in Hell Tides. So you don't have to do anything else than just following those red maps, and yeah, it's fun, but it can get redundant a little bit. Up to you. And then after that, so from War Tier 2 to War Tier 4, Hell Tides, Hell Tides, Hell Tides, Hell Tides. And then Nightmare Dungeons. Yes, sad face or a not sure face right here. So, Nightmare Dungeons, you need them to level up your glyphs, unfortunately. They're still really boring. There's still objectives in those dungeons, like free 10,328 prisoners and grab those 28 stones and put them on those pillars. There's still objectives in the Nightmare Dungeons, so this can be really boring for many of us. It is needed for glyphs. They need a whole revamp. So let me count you a little story. Yesterday I was actually doing some Nightmare Dungeons with one of my friends, and he couldn't do it anymore, man. We were two buddies like trying to get him back to Season 4, and at level 84 he just decided that Nightmare Dungeons are still the same and is boring, and he just left, man. So that says a lot about Nightmare Dungeons. I don't think anyone enjoys the Nightmare Dungeons right now. So they really need to revamp those dungeons. In my opinion, they should remove the objectives right off the bat. Like, remove all of them. I even gave a lot of feedback to Blizzard about that. They said that they're saying that they're listening to feedback, so we'll see in the future if they're really listening to the feedbacks. Like, don't hesitate yourself to. They say that they're listening to feedbacks, open tickets, give feedbacks, make videos. Like, let's try to change it a little bit. Like, Nightmare Dungeons are really boring right now. They're even making people quit, so that says a lot about them. And he's a big Diablo fan, so yeah, we lost one of our brother during the combat, guys. The pit. So after that, right, you level your glyphs to level 15. You can level them to level 21 if you want, but like I would say 15, and then you can jump up to the pit. The pit is fun, it's quick, it's challenging, you can push it. It's basically greater rifts from Diablo 3, but they're super fast. You don't even have to pick the gear when you're fighting big packs everywhere. You go in, you kill, you go out, that's it. And you need those materials for master working your gear. So after that, you get Uber bosses and more Uber bosses. And then you start a new character. Throughout this whole cycle, you can do Hell Tides. So let's say that you're doing like Nightmare Dungeons, you can do Hell Tides in the meantime, like between like a Nightmare Dungeon or two, and then you do your Iron Wolves quest line. The rewards are kind of cool. Not gonna lie, they're cool. It's not bad, but is it like, it's the seasonal feature, so it's lacking a little bit, right? So you do Hell Tides throughout this whole cycle. So this is the cycle of what we are having in season 4 right now. That's it. 3 revamps. So Nightmare Dungeons, they need a complete whole revamp. They are not fun. People are actually quitting the game when they're just entering some of the, like, it's just not working. They really need to, and it doesn't need, like, please, season 5, don't make the whole theme about season 5 Dungeon Reborn, right? Like, they need to deliver a little bit more for the price we pay for the game, and they're a really big company. I think they need to deliver more and faster. I know it sounds weird, but they need to do it. Endgame is still big missing a year after. So yeah, it's super cool. The game is enjoyable right now. The leveling process is cool. The loop cycle is a little bit, right, this is the loop cycle of Diablo 4 right now. But the end game is still missing. It's still missing that little something that when there's a season, everyone is like, hey dude, this in the season looks absolutely fantastic. Fantastic, sorry. I can click on like tons of things that makes the game more enjoyable. So the end game is still missing. The new Uber bosses, I mean, it's cool, but the pit is cool. Uber bosses, Uber bosses, but we need something else as an end game, if you ask me. The skill tree and Paragon board. Skill tree definitely need a rework. It's still the same. Do you want a bigger fireball or more crit on your fireball? It's still the same. Tempering makes it way more fun for sure, but the skill tree could see a revamp in the future. Paragon board, I'm not sure about this one. I don't hate the Paragon board. There's a lot of options in there. Maybe the way it's presented could be reworked a little bit, but that's why I did put like a little question mark at the end. Like, I'm not sure about the Paragon board, but definitely skill tree. The end game is still big missing, and Nightmare Dungeons need a whole revamp. So that says a lot about the state of the game right now. Some of the concerns that I have: D3.5. So there's a reason why nobody was playing D3 after like couple season, right? I think I stopped in like season 7 or 8, something like that, and like everyone that I knew who were playing the game actually did quit the game. It really lost in popularity like faster. We can see a lot of things implemented in Diablo 4 right now that are coming from Diablo 3. My concern is that, what if season 5 is, hey, we're giving you the Oragic Cube and here's a bunch of recipes, and right? It's like, if they take everything from Diablo 3, Diablo 4 will become Diablo 3 and people will just quit the game after all, right? It's good to take like the successful parts of a game and like copy pasta it in your game or inspire yourself and stuff. But I feel like a lot of people are starting to see that Diablo 4 is becoming the 3.5. So it's good to what point, right? In the future, if it's becoming like D3 all over and it's not becoming its own identity, it's gonna be problematic. It's even alienating. I don't know if that's how you write it. The casuals to some degree. So if you're like me, you have people in your friend circle, or you know people who are way more casual. They're gonna play like an hour there and there. Even for them, when I talk about Diablo 4 to those to my friends who are way more casual, they bought the game and they're like, but what the fuck, sorry, what the fuck am I doing with this? Like it's even alienating the casuals, I feel like. So in the future, D4 really needs to either be fully casual or fully for the big blasters, or is there like a good in between them? We often joke about the fact that D4 is really like for the dads who have like 30 wives, 30 kids, and it's like it became the meme, right? But at the same point, it's like it's even alienating the casuals. So the conversations that I do have with the people who are not blasting as much as many of us, the goal of the game doesn't seem to be understood completely, even for them. So that is really weird. Like, if you know casual people and you're a big blaster, actually try to engage some of the conversation with them about the game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's so, does the game, is it a good thing that it stays for the more casual players? I'm asking the question there. What do you think, guys? What will D4 look like in a year or two with community's feedback? So we all know it, they've said it thousands of times, they love feedback, they are working, I'm pretty sure they're working super hard, but after all, it's a corporate. Corpos really work differently from small indie companies. If we see No Rest for the Wicked, they've been releasing patches after patches after patches after patches in the space of like almost a month now. They have complete control of what they're doing. Big corps like this, they actually don't have the full control. They really have to go through a lot of processes. They have to get stamped. They don't like just go see the director and just they have to go, dude, they have to release their patch on PS, on PlayStation, on Xbox, which now they're part of like Microsoft, but whatever. Like they have to go over so much processes in order to release one patch, and they can't just be bold with some new stuff that they want to try. It has to work. If not, they're just gonna cut the budget for the game. So that's a really weird thing for the game right now. Like, I think most people want it to succeed and be bold and try new stuff, but I'm pretty sure that they can't do it. So that's why they're taking like some successful parts of their own games, of other games like Last Epoch for the crafting system, and it must be a complete challenge for their team to implement new stuff. So but what it's gonna look like in a year or two, I don't know. I hope that the game gets better with time. Now I would say it's a good D4 mid, like a strong 6 out of 10, but it's still missing a little something. D5. So they said that the next Diablo game will actually not take 10 years before it's releasing. So are they actually planning to release a Diablo game, a new Diablo game every like 2-3 years? That I'm not sure. If they do that, yeah, it's good for the wallet. But is it a really good thing? Like, dude, we're not done with Diablo 4. They can do so much stuff with the game. Why even think of Diablo 5 if they actually screwed up? Because let's say it, they screwed up with Diablo 4. Now they're getting better, but they completely screwed up. So what with Diablo 5, Diablo 6? In 10 years, are we gonna be at like Diablo 7? I don't know. We're not done with Diablo 4 right now, and it still needs to get way better. And what are gonna be the new systems in Diablo 5? Why scrap over all the work that you did to redo the whole thing? I just don't get it. I don't know what it's gonna look like in the future. I'm a big Diablo fan, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. So, overall thought, the season is cool. It's good. I've been playing for 3 days. Probably gonna play for like maybe 2-3 weeks. I still like, yeah, for sure I want to min-max my gear a little bit. I want to get my Starless Skies Uber Unique that I still need to get. So I'm still gonna min-max my stuff, but I hope that season 5 will be 100x this, right? Like new systems, new end game. We need to get out of like that mentality of like, okay, Loot Reborn, it's cool, but is it gonna be a Loot Reborn 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 in season 5, 6, 7? I don't know, man. Like, is season 5 gonna be Dungeons Reborn? I mean, wait, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. So the game is fun, honestly, for anyone. Like, this is not a hate video, by the way. Like, I've been playing every season. So season 3 lasted for like maybe 2 weeks. Season 2 maybe like a month and a half. Season 1 like 3 weeks, something like that. I'm still enjoying the builds that I'm playing. I like to see where it's going, but I completely understand the D4 bad memes right now. Yeah, this is where I'm at with the game. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. So thank you everyone who was watching this video. If you're still listening to this, if you're still actually engaged with the video, if you don't mind like subscribing, if you really enjoy the content, or if you did get a little bit of entertaining out of this or whatever, it really helps me, and I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So hey, that helps me a lot. So see you in the next video. Peace.